Oh. Oh. Holy crap. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my gosh, it has been a long, 7 days? Been a 7-day hiatus since I have been back for streaming. It has been let me just say this. Number one, it has been a brutal 7 days. I got sick Monday. I was sick Tuesday and Wednesday. I still wasn't great Thursday. And then I finally got better Friday. And then we had to take our dog into surgery on Saturday. So that was a whole ordeal. But Boomer is recovering. So I'm very happy about that. And it was a dog eats one curtain. And he's got to go. We got to go open his intestine to pull it out. So it was, and it was very scary. It was a very stressful time. It was a very long week. But I am glad to say that we are back for the 55th installment of Free Refill. We've got some stuff to get into. The national championship tips off at 8:50 p.m. tonight between UConn and Michigan. We've got, of course, Braylon Mullins, Terrace Reed Jr., Alex Mara, Laxelberg, Dominican LeBron. It's going to be a star-studded event. I am very excited to watch Michigan and UConn tonight. I hope it is really a legendary game. I'm worried it just ends up being Michigan dominating, but I am excited to see who comes out on top in that one. As for the rest of the episode, outside of that, we're going to be talking about Michigan versus UConn. We're going to be getting into kind of previewing the game, seeing who's going to take the cake, seeing who's going to come out on top as the national champions, who is going to win the entirety of March Madness. I've got to get into kind of the NBA playoff format. I have not touched that in a while, so I'm looking forward to diving into the weeds in that regard. And last, but certainly not least, I want to get into a big NFL thing that was really bigger last week, but I do still want to get into it today. And then I have a little bonus discussion at the end that is not sports related at all. Actually has a little bit of nuance, so to speak, something that came up amongst me and my friends that I have to get off my chest. It's going to be like, the rant about Kevin Durant about he's not legendary. It's similar to that, but it's not necessarily sports related. So should be a good one to finally get into. But I am ready. I am back, and I am excited to go. Marcus, my man, thank you for popping out, man. Appreciate you asking me where I went. I miss you so. Seems like it's been forever. Since you've been gone. Yeah, it was a very stressful week, Marcus. Sorry I didn't put out a message. I've been basically sick all of last week, and then my dog got sick, and I had to take him into surgery. So it was very stressful overall. He ate basically a curtain, and I was hoping that it would get better, and it didn't. So I had to take him into surgery, make sure he was. Well, I first took him to the doctor, see what we needed to do, and he got surgery last night at around 8. And so we got our update. He's good. The hospital has to keep him for 24 hours, make sure he can poop, so he's not still clogged up with any sort of blockage or anything like that. But as of right now, he is okay. As we should be getting more news on that, and hopefully we can take him home. Hopefully in the next 24 hours. I'd have to drive out all the way to Rochester to go grab him and yoink him back home. So that's sort of the situation there. Could be worse. Also, you could be Jaden Ivey. That's true. You know what? I guess that's fair. I guess I could be Jaden Ivey. But you know what? I ain't Jaden Ivey. But, oh, hell no. Been there with my dog. He ate 2 socks. Hope the pup is okay. Yeah, he was not doing well this weekend. But since then, they've hooked him up to an IV. But I guess he was first not eating. Then he was just incredibly dehydrated. So they got him on an IV. They hooked him up. He is so far still in recovery. We will wait to see. I'm hoping that is good news. I hope he's able to get out and hope he visits Dr. Poop, has a nice, good bowel movement, and he can be taken home and brought back, and I can shower him with love and affection, and then literally put curtains up like 5 feet higher because I am not letting him bite another one again. I'm just not. I'm not letting that happen. Because the thing is, he's done this before, but it was a different curtain. I guess this curtain was a different material. He didn't pass it very well. He didn't pass it at all, and now presumably it is physically out of his body, and he is on the fast track to recovery. Once I get that news, I'm headed on my way to make sure I can pick him up, take him in my car, and bring him home, and love him once more. So I'm hopefully he's a tough pup, so I believe Boomer will be able to pull through. So prayers up for Boomer. Hopefully he is okay, and I will be able to see him very soon. That is the intention. So I'm very excited to get into that. I'm hoping that he is okay. So prayers up for Boomer. But now I have to get into today's major topics. The first major topic I got to talk. I guess we'll talk right away about the national championship matchup, which is now Michigan versus UConn is officially set. The exact opposite of my picks. I had Arizona facing off against Illinois, and I just, you know what? I was wrong. I was just wrong. This Michigan team, number one, is absolutely terrifying. They are just like a dominant force, even without Dominican LeBron, without Yaxel Lindenberg. To see what they were doing to Arizona just at halftime was just, it was almost unfair. Like it didn't even look close when looking at the way Michigan was downing Arizona that way. I mean, I would have thought the game would have been close a little bit. I thought Arizona would at least be able to keep like maybe slightly behind them, and they were just majorly behind them the entire time. Arizona never really got into a rhythm shooting the ball either. It was not. It hurt me. It hurt me knowing that I'd picked Arizona and all they had to do was beat Michigan. They could have lost to UConn or Illinois. It wouldn't have mattered, and I would have. But you know what? Now I know for next time. I just don't pick Arizona to win the whole thing. Now I know. Now I know for next time. But Michigan is absolutely dominating, and then they absolutely beat the crap out of Arizona, and then UConn outlasted against Illinois, hit some clutch three-point shots down the stretch to be able to knock them out of the tourney, and now it is the national championship in just under 2 hours. I hope this is a good game, because I as much as I think should be a good game, I am very nervous that Michigan is just that much better than the field. They have dominated this tournament. They pretty much they haven't, like, no one's come close to their level this entire tournament. Like, not even Arizona looked like this, like, remotely competent in comparison to them. They look like just absolute units, absolute monsters. Every single one of those guys just completely dominates in every case. And, I mean, look at it. Like, Ademara is absurd. Lindenberg is absurd. Or Lindenberg is absurd, right? The only thing, like, I think especially going into this championship match for sure, Mara is going to be a major factor, mostly because not only the fact that he's very good, but due to Lindenberg suffering an injury in the which also, that was crazy to me. Lindenberg gets hurt, and then, like, they still go on to beat up Arizona. That was the even craziest part. Their best player gets hurt with a sprain, and it's just, it doesn't matter. Like, they're just that much better than the rest of the field. So definitely looking to see what how Mara steps up in helping out with Lindenberg. I think the one thing that UConn does have, UConn has a couple things that they got going for them, though. So that's why I think this game is going to be good. Number one, they have Dan Hurley. Dan Hurley is intensity freak. He is just an absolute godsend of a crazy coach. And guys love playing for him. Say what you want. Guys love playing for Dan Hurley. Guys basically almost never transfer out of UConn. They play with them the whole time because they buy into the culture, they want to win. And UConn is once again in the national championship for the third time in 4 years. And I think if UConn can get their passing game going and move the ball against those Michigan bigs, they could have a real chance. Now, obviously, they'll need to hit their shots, but if they'll be able to get, if they're able to get that passing game going and move the ball, keep it like not a whole lot of dribbling, just a lot of quick, heavy, like those passing sequences that just get you fired up. That's what they're going to need to do a lot of this game if they're going to have any shot to down Michigan, which I think they're capable of. At the same time, they also need to have their guys hit their shots. Like Karaba and Mullins, they need to make and Mullins and especially Reed. Reed needs to be on the court, I would argue, for 80 to 90% of this game for them to have a real shot. And I think it's doable. I think it is doable, and I think Dan Hurley, of all people, is going to be able to put together a game plan that is going to work. I think 100% there's going to be there's going to be a lot of opportunities for UConn to potentially either take like an early lead or strike, like cut leads or like cut deficits in half. If they can hit their shots in those moments, they can 100% upset Michigan. It won't be easy, but it is possible. It is possible for them to do. I also see Jay in here. Jay, welcome in. Welcome back to... It's been a week, man. It's been a week of free refill. So I'm like I said earlier, I'm very excited to be back and doing this. I was killing that bracket in the group. Then Arizona turned into Lipton. Yeah, Arizona really went Lipscomb on me, just straight up. I had so much faith in them. And yeah, that's what the case is. Am I dropping frames right now? There's no way, right? I guess I am. Maybe I need to X out of this. Hold on. I'm going to try to X out of this and see if that helps me. Because I am, like, dropping heavy frames, and I'm not really sure why. What the heck? Hello? What? I have like, wow, I'm dropping like all of my frames. This is ridiculous. And there's no explanation. I'm very sad, man. Sometimes I'm just sad. I just want to be able to have my frames. Definitely spiking. Yeah, what in the world? Yeah, oh my gosh. I'm fixing this. I will be right back. I think I fixed it. The upstairs computer was trying to download literally all of its software for no reason. I don't know why. And I hope it never does again. All of the bandwidth was being absolutely hogged. And now we don't have to worry about that now. So thank God. Anyway, Michigan for this game. Now, in terms of who I have winning, I really do not know. Actually, no. I kind of know. I think Michigan is going to win. As somebody who has seen this Michigan team just trounce one of the other best teams in the tournament, seeing this Michigan team trounce every single opponent they played, I don't think they will trounce UConn. But I do not think UConn is going to be able to get enough good looks and knock them down against Michigan to win this game. I just don't think it's going to happen. As much as I want to sit here and say, listen, I can't be seen. As much as it pains me to say that, to think about Michigan getting this win, it makes me want to, like, low-key kind of barf. because it feels like I was like, man, why couldn't Arizona have just actually shown up? But in all seriousness, Michigan's probably going to get the dub. Even with Lendeborg being hurt, I just think there's too much size on this team. Terrace Reed is going to have to put up a monster game. Like, he'd have to just dominate in every single facet, and I don't think he'll be able to do that. He'll be able to do it for, like, moments in this game, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it for the entirety. Jay saying Michigan wins, wife's a UConn fan, and I don't want another kid, I'm getting old. Man, dude, the last two championships must have been tough then. Oh my gosh. Dude, imagine, like, especially for the women's tournament every year. Oh my gosh. I think UConn still, again, they'd have to play very well. They would need it to go, like, as well as, like, the second half against Duke did. But I don't see it. I think Michigan is just too dominant based on what they've done throughout this tournament. I mean, every single round, it doesn't seem who they go up against. They just out-muscle them. They play absolute bully ball, and they take over. It's just nowhere close. It's unreal. It's absolutely unreal. Oh, Jesus. See, I still have, like, my remnants of snot and being sick the last week. But I'm rolling with Michigan. I'm putting $1,000 on Call Sheet for Michigan to win. Not sponsored. You know what? I say you'd never catch me with a Call Sheet sponsorship. That's such a lie. They'd just put a check in my face, and I'd just be like, ooh, I can't wait to cash that. As painful as it is to say, oh, I'd never sell out. I would totally sell out for, like, the right amount of money. I'm a little piggy. And I want my bag. This little piggy wants his bag. UConn needs to play perfect basketball, I think. Essentially, they need to play. They can't have, like, awful turnovers. I would say they basically need to get a shot up every possession. Like, they cannot turn the ball over. That's what I would think with how strong Michigan has been this tournament. Or they have to be very opportunistic and get turnovers themselves, one of the two. But it feels very difficult. I do hope it's a close game, though. I'm gonna can't talk. I'm gonna be watching tonight. I hope it is a close game. That is my overarching hope, is that it is a close game. Moving past Michigan versus UConn, we all know that the national championships tonight. Make sure you tune in at 8:50 p.m. See the greatest Actually, no, I'm not gonna say. I would say this is gonna be the greatest basketball game of all time, but I'm really not. If you want to watch the greatest college basketball game of all time, just turn on Villanova UNC. Nothing beats that. Nothing beats Nova and UNC. Like, nothing at all. All right, I'm gonna switch gears. We've talked a lot about college basketball in the over the last couple weeks. I want to get into the NBA, the playoff picture, what we're expecting with the last. I mean, it's only like a week left, like a week or so left in the NBA regular season. Only like a couple weeks to go, I believe. How many? 50, 70? Yeah, there's not a whole lot left. I mean, we are in the home stretch. So there's like roughly, anywhere between 3 and 4 games to go for a lot of these teams. So, pretty much run anywhere between, I think, 2. Maybe I'd be 2 and 4, like 2 and 4, 2 and 5 games. Yeah. Anywhere between 2 to 4 games, depending on who you are. So, looking at the playoff pictures, number one, a lot of things have affected the playoff picture. One of the biggest headlines being Luka and his injury that was suffered against the Oklahoma City Thunder. First of all, some weird stuff about this injury. I'm understanding it's like a sprain, right? Like it's a hamstring or a hamstring. Is he like a pulled hamstring? Isn't that my understanding? I thought it was just like a grade 2 strain that could take anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks to heal. So Luka is expediting his treatment by going and getting medical treatment in Europe. He's trying to make it go faster by going to Europe because I guess, I don't know, free healthcare or whatever. But that's where Luka's at right now. I think it was, where did he say specifically? I want to say it was Spain, but I could be totally wrong. I could be totally wrong on that. I don't remember exactly where. But he's in Europe. He's in Europe right now, looking to get some expedited treatment on that hamstring injury of his. Now, in terms of what this means for the playoffs, it means an absolute metric crap ton.